So compound interest, first off, is interest added to the principal of a deposit or loan that is then added, that is added interest also earns interest from then on. So you put a deposit down and you get interest on that. And when that interest gets that interest, you still tag on interest. It keeps rolling. So this addition of interest is on the principal is called compounding. So that's what I call compound interest. So an example would be you take a 22-year-old and this 22-year-old saves $730 a year. So that's $2 a day. Pretty simple, right? So $2. So your current principal would be $730. That'd be after a year, $2 a day. And then your annual addition is going to be the same thing, right? You're going to keep adding $730 to the principal. And you do that all the way until let's say you do that all the way until you're 65. That sounds like, which is what you're supposed to do. You can easily save $730 a year and hopefully do that for until you're 65. That'd be 43 years because they're 22. So the years to grow will be 43 years. And if this was at an interest rate of 7%, which kind of sounds high, but let's just punch that in and see what it gives us. So what would be your guess if you save $730 a year at 7% interest? What would be your guess on how much you would earn for 43 years?
Oh, 43.
So for 43 years.
7% is like 700 is
7% of 700. Well, 10% would be 700
like 60, 50 something.
every year.
And then multiply that times 43.
That's what you would think, right? Is that what you would think too?
I guess so.
Regular interest, right? Compound, that's just the interest rate.
Right, your regular interest would just earn you, that $70 that year. That's how that would work.
Not quite 70.
But no, right. So this is
You
what.
said you getting interest on your interest, so that's more than that.
So every year it actually gets bigger. Your interest gets bigger, right? Your interest stays the same. Sorry, but your
savings
right.
It's 7% for 730. Next year you have
7% of 1460. Correct. So after 43 years, you keep compounding this interest. It keeps rolling up, and this might surprise you. It adds up to $206,000.
That doesn't really surprise me because it's 43 times the interest that doubles like every year. Well, every other year it doubles.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Almost.
So that ends up giving you $206,929 and 60 cents.
You got to die anyway.
And this is why compound interest is so important when you're younger. Though you kind of missed out on a little bit of opportunity, but you'll see how much of a difference it would make if you wait until you're 30 instead of 22. So a 22-year-old got 8 more years on you. How much of a difference do you think that would make? So basically, we're changing this 43 to 35. The years to grow.
I would say at least 8. I'm thinking so.
So you got about 207,000 right now. cut in half basically. It went down to 115,000. So that 8 years meant that, right? Because that 8 years meant that much though, that it affected it by $90,000. Really, almost, yeah, about $91,000. So. And remember, that's just for $2 a day. So let's change that to $3 a day. So $3 a day would earn you $1,095 a year, or you would save. So we'll do that with the 43 first, and then how much you think that'll give you?
Looks like if you're not going to probably 400,000 close to 375.
394. So that's just with $1 more a day. So
what was it the first time? 270. When did they do 100?
It was almost 207. So over 100,000 more. Just $1 more a day. 43 years. And if you in advance, right? And that's what the lesson's really trying to teach you, is the importance of saving that of your savings.
If you got a penny, man.
Because look, if you do that math with a penny, you still messing with. At least it was busy.
So I went back and changed it from 43 years to 35, which is a person starting at 30 instead of 22. And it's going to go from 310,000 to 173,000, which is a lot. He's losing a lot. That 8 years, we well past that. So let's put in our ages.
Oh, we just crap.
Let's put in our ages though. We put it at 30.
I started 54 years ago.
We'll start at 30 years. So 30 years from now, if you did this, if you started this now, say $3 a day, you're not doing bad. It's not bad. You gotta think about how much is that but let's look at how much that is per year compared to what you're actually saving per year, right? So really, you're saving. If you times the 1,095 by 30, you'd only have 30,000. What, 30,950, right? But look what the 7% interest does. It turns that 30 into the basically quadruple. Yeah, that's for $3 a day. $2 a day.
But you also gotta have the right bank and the right interest, or just last.
What is that though? IRA, a 401k, investing in the stock market?
No, it was stock market. You get the stock market.
It just.
But that's an estimate on your interest rate. That's not a set interest rate. He's saying it could possibly be 7%. That doesn't mean it will be.
Right. You can change the 7% to other things. You can have to see what.
It could be lower or higher.
What kind of investments you can get into.
This is not one of those ones where like your stock market crash and all your money goes.
Right. This is assuming that's not going to happen. That this is an investment that earns you 7% interest every year.
It is something, yes.
It's a real thing. It could happen.